What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WWE Network and Show, where I, Graham Jason Matthews, break down all the original content I watch on the WWE Network and on Peacock. And today we're talking the July 15th, 2024 edition of Raw Talk. They open up the episode replaying the opening segment with Rhea Ripley, Dominic Mysterio, Liv Morgan, before Megan Morant and Sam Roberts hype up Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley now being made official for the Women's World Championship at SummerSlam. They also replayed Jey Uso beating Dominic Mysterio one-on-one a little bit later on in the night. Megan Morant thinks that Liv Morgan thinks that Dom belongs to her. They also replay Sheamus beating Bronson Reed and also being attacked by Pete Dunne afterward. We hear from Pete Dunne afterward backstage with Jackie Redmond, and Pete Dunne says, as far as why the Brawling Brutes broke up and what his issue with Sheamus is, he says to ask Sheamus. And he also says that Reed got his receipt out there, that being Bronson Reed, and that was a whole introduction to who Pete Dunne really is. He is not around to build people up. He is around to knock people down, to tear people down, specifically is what he said. So it looks like we might be getting heel Pete Dunne back. There is the chance that what we saw on Monday with him attacking Sheamus wasn't necessarily a heel turn, and they're just having issues right now, and they're just kind of, they have differences and whatnot that they have to work out. I really do hope it's a heel turn. I like New Catch Republic. Tyler Bate is out for the foreseeable future. They had a nice tag team going, but the real money in Pete Dunne, not to say he'll probably be WWE champion at this point, but the real money in Dunne is as a heel. And he's been miscast for the longest time now, on his own too, not in a tag team, not in a group, on his fucking own. And we're finally getting that, which is great. So I thought this was cool. I wish we had heard this on Raw itself, but it was a nice addition to Raw Talk, obviously. Sam Roberts then says that Pete Dunne is the last person that Sheamus would want to mess with. Obviously remembering what he was capable of in NXT as well as NXT UK. We talk a lot about Gunther's 2-year run as NXT UK champion. Pete Dunne, once upon a time, was also the NXT UK champion for nearly 2 years. He had the 2-year run before Gunther did. It was Dunne who held it from 2017 to 2019, and then Gunther held it from 2019 to 2021. So they had 2 runs in like 4 years, which is crazy. But yeah, Pete Dunne in NXT UK, NXT, completely different beast. I hope we get to see that soon on the main roster. So anyway, they replay the Wyatt 6 Chad Gable Creed Brothers segment with Gable and Creed Brothers getting out of harm's way, Wyatt 6 standing tall or kneeling tall or whatever the fuck you want to say. They were the ones last left in the ring. Let's put it that way. Sam Roberts says the Wyatt 6 are fueled by grief, and that's their main motivation right now. We saw that in the video package with Eric Rowan, which was great. They didn't replay that here, but they did show it on Raw, obviously, and it was really, really good. They replay Sonya Deville beating Zelina Vega, and Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark beating Katana Chance and Kaden Carter in tag team action. We hear from Zoe Stark, Shayna, and Sonya backstage afterward. Shayna says that they will continue to make the same statement over and over until people get it. Zoe Stark says that they're badasses, and Sonya Deville was the one who realized their potential. Sonya says they run the division, and that was it. We also hear coming out of the commercial break from, I think these were all done with Jackie Redmond, by the way. I don't know if Kathy Kelly was on the episode or if I missed that. I don't remember. But we hear from Otis, Maxine Dupree, Akira Tozawa, and mainly Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods was with them. He was the one doing majority of the talking. Otis didn't really do much aside from throw it back to Megan and Sam in the studio. But they will be facing the Final Testament in 6-man tag team action next week. It's Woods, Otis, and Tozawa versus Cross and AOP. So that's what the purpose of this was, to hype that up. We found that out on Raw on Monday night because Kofi was taken out of action by Cross a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if that's a legit injury. They just wrote him out for a storyline purpose. I would assume that's the case, but who knows. Woods basically just says that he found backup and that there's always time for Cross to turn things around. And that was really about it. Like I said, Maxine, Tozawa, and Otis were also there kind of cheering him on and agreeing with them, but that was really all that was said. Sam Roberts says that Woods should be concerned with whatever Cross's plan was. We haven't really seen that yet. I mean, Cross's plan was to split up Kofi and Woods, and that hasn't happened. That's not going to happen, so I'm not exactly sure what Sam was talking about, because I don't think we heard from Cross on Raw last night. So maybe I skipped over it by accident, but I don't remember if Cross had said, I have a plan to beat Alpha Academy, which I'm not even really sure we can call them that anymore because they're not with Chad Gable. But, I don't know if Cross ever said on the show itself, I have a plan to beat, Woods and Alpha Academy next week. I don't think that aired, but I could be wrong. They replay the Drew McIntyre segment of him getting in the face of Adam Pearce and the officials and brawling with Seth Rollins. Sam Roberts says that he's not surprised by his reaction. He's been fueled by anger and revenge for so long now that his lashing out on Raw really shouldn't come as much of a surprise. They do hype up CM Punk's return to Raw next week. They replay Ilya Dragunov and Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship in the Raw main event, which was predictably crashed by Braun Breaker attacking both men at ringside. They replay the Damian Priest and Gunther face-off segment. Really, really good mic work from those two, I thought. They also replay Damian Priest beating Braun Strowman and preview Damian Priest and Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. So that was Raw Talk in a nutshell. Decent show here. I thought the Pete Dunne promo was really well done. We got to hear from Sonya, Shayna, and Zoe talking about their, motivation and what they're going for as part of this new trio. And we also got to hear from Woods and Alpha Academy before their 6-man tag team match on next week's show. So thank you guys for checking out this edition of my review of Raw Talk for Monday night. I appreciate it. Be sure to like the video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Have an awesome one, guys. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.